What is happening, troops? As you all know by now, mods have arrived on Arma Reforger for PS5, and while it is a game changer, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. From capped download speeds to chaotic servers, I've spent about the past week diving deep so you don't have to. This is my honest review of the mod scene on PS5, the good, the bad, and the truly unhinged. Yalla!
I'm expecting every one of you to be emoting when I come over the brow of this hill.
Not a chance. We'd never
That's how we dodge the bullets now. We go to Pinewood like this. Right, to Pinewood.
Probably best that we start with the elephant in the room, and that is the download speeds. Mods are capped at, I believe, 3 megabits per second. I'm not sure if this is a Sony decision or a Bohemia decision, but what it does mean is that downloading any mod pack takes a fucking eternity. And with the storage capped at 25 gigabytes, managing mods is now its own minigame. You'll find yourself deleting and re-downloading constantly just to try to find new servers. Performance in the first 2 weeks has been pretty awful as well, with constant crashes and freezing and frame rate drops. It's pretty frustrating. Bohemia have been working hard though, and there's been several minor updates which improve the quality of performance, and that does seem to be helping. Overall, it's been a pretty slow process for downloading, managing, and even finding mods or servers that you like, and I'm hoping Bohemia can find a way to make that whole thing smoother. But with that said, once you do get in, it's absolutely unreal.
Oh nice, got 3 guys there. Hit it again, hit it again. Nice!
The types of servers that I've been enjoying most are essentially vanilla plus servers. They stick close to the core Arma formula, but they throw in some serious quality of life improvements. Quality of life improvements are, for me, things like showing your location on the map, which you'll find in most modded servers, and it can be a little overwhelming learning all the new gear plus a new map, so I do like this feature. You've also got the fixed compass, making it much easier to call out the direction of enemies using the bearings, and then there's even third-person driving only in certain servers, which stays true to the FPS nature of the game, but it does give you a little bit more leeway on the driving, which makes it more enjoyable. So aye, just enough tweaks to reduce frustration without killing the immersion of what makes Arma great. These are the types of servers that I've been hunting for and sticking with for the most part, but only after trying a few that I didn't quite like as much. I did try some of the more well-known servers like Worst Case Scenario or WCS, and honestly, it's not for me. Supplies are unlimited, gear is unlimited, and while choppers require rank to use rather than supplies, the rest just feels hollow. If there's no real grind, no logistics, no risk, then what's the point? When everyone's kitted out with suppressors and thermals and full gear, the tension just sort of evaporates. Combine that with everyone in the server being on their own Discord private chat, the comms are also pretty dead. For me, it sort of loses what makes Arma great, and it turns into Arma without consequences. Now, let's talk about the Insurgency server. It's set in Iraq, and this thing is chaos.
take over Tab War. Please spawn here. You can spawn here, please. We need as much backup as we can get. We have them on their heels. Any help will be appreciated. And rewarded in the afterlife.
It's set in roughly the early 2000s Middle East with the insurgents versus the Americans. The game mode is still conflict, but it's 7 MOB captures and it's a 10-minute timer to win. The map itself is pretty diverse. There is a central city which connects to an expansive desert on the east, an almost tropical oasis in the west, with the north and south being industrial and oil rigs. The queue time, it is always over 40 it seems like, but again, totally worth it. You've got AA guns mounted on beat up pickup trucks, you've got Abrams tanks rolling in, and none of that overly polished SEAL Team 6 energy. It's gritty, it's immersive, and somehow still grounded in Arma's brutal realism. I've seen the server change mid-match from night to day based on player feedback, moderated and balanced and just genuinely engaging. The weapon selection isn't massive compared to some of the other servers, so some may not like that as much, but for me, there's just enough newness to keep it interesting. In particular, I'm loving the G3 rifle with the 50 round drum. It's got a 7.62 caliber and it's an absolute belter in urban fights. Thought I'd give you a little play-by-play of this movement here. So we're on the Insurgency server. I've managed to get on top of one of the many multi-storey buildings. There is a little bit of a ladder glitch on this server at the moment, but once you do get to the top of it, you manage to get a pretty good view of a few different points. This point here is checkpoint. I've got the G3 primary weapon and it's using, I believe, the primary scope, which is more of a hybrid. So you've got a red dot and then you've also got what you can see on screen here, which is an ACOG sight, and you can zoom in on this, which is obviously completely new for PS5 players. I managed to post up, I'm pretty far back here, probably about 250, 300 metres away. You can see the tracers, which are maybe the 3 last bullets in any clip, sort of giving away my position, which I don't really like as much, but a pretty good spot overall. Managed to pick off quite a few of them. I also wanted to speak a little bit about gatekeeping. I've seen players refuse to share good servers because they don't want them ruined, but here's the thing. Bohemia has just announced that server monetization is allowed effective immediately. So what does this mean? With how costly it is to run a server, it means that server owners finally have a way to invest in their servers, which is going to improve them and it's going to attract new players as well. Let's be honest, more people playing equals a better game, and that means more updates. Share the good stuff and we all win.
See it?
Another play-by-play here. Again, we're at checkpoint, but we're on the other side of checkpoint. We're more out towards the east.
Nice. Right, you've got one
Davey had managed to get an AA gun, and you can see here it's an absolute beast. We're just sort of working together here, calling them out. We've got a couple of guys that just come out of that LTV or LAV.
Oh, nice. You've got 3 guys there. Hit it again, hit it again.
It is incredibly loud, so we are very noticeable very quickly, so you want to get whatever you need done pretty quickly. You can see Davey's just absolutely laying waste to this point at the moment, getting a fair number of kills, causing a great distraction, while the rest of our team hit them from the west side.
How far away is that?
I think this is exactly the type of improvements that we wanted to see from Arma. We've got more variety in weapons, we've got more variety in vehicles, different approaches to attacking points. I would say this moment here is the reason that I fell in love with playing Arma, and it's great to get even more moments like this in games.
I gotta put a round into this bunker now.
So, mods on console, far from perfect, but with the right server, they're everything that Arma should be. Let me know what your favourite server is in the comments, especially if it's Vanilla Plus or immersive like Insurgency. I'd love to try out some more. And as always guys, I'll see you on the battlefield.